The following movie is rated R.
Welcome back to the R-Rated Podcast. Today's guest is Freddie Lopez, and today we're going to talk about Bloom, his film that he directed, and you wrote it, right, as well?
Yes.
Oh my God, wrote and directed his own film. Shot it in Mexico, but before we get there, we have something very exciting to talk about. It's about Freddie's coming out story. So I'll let you kind of take the reign on this one since it is your story. Kind of just start from the beginning. Like, how did you come out to your friends and family, and like what made you feel comfortable to do that?
Yeah, so it was really early on during COVID.
Yeah.
I ended up in a weird, dark place mentally, and I almost had nowhere else to go but my head, being just stuck in a room and not knowing what was going to happen. Like my parents, my brother, my sister, they were in Texas, Dallas area.
You were in LA by yourself.
I had my grandparents.
Okay.
But
it's
still,
different.
It's
like
different.
Yeah, I get it.
So I really had nowhere else to go, and when I'm in a weird place, I like to create art.
Yeah.
So for me, I was like, I want to start making like a little documentary, and so I started filming about COVID and about like working and just about COVID during this time. And then I was supposed to graduate film school.
Right. Same here.
Yeah.
COVID graduate here.
Yeah. I at the LA Film School, I was the first class to not have a graduation. So that made it even worse.
Yeah.
Mentally, emotionally.
Especially because you've been waiting, and it's like the big hype of graduating and like, showing your film to everyone and the film you've been working on so hard. And then it's like, no, it's not happening.
Sorry.
Yeah. I get it. I know. Yeah.
Yeah. So around that time, I was like, I really want to show my work, and I really wanted my graduation.
Mm-hmm.
You know how hard I worked for that, and to just have it sort of taken away. Yeah, the school had a little slideshow presentation, but it wasn't the
same. It wasn't the same. No, we were promised a Warner Brothers screening, and then it went from that to, all right, we're gonna watch it over Zoom. Everybody, like, put your camera on mute or like put your sound on mute. And then I was just like, okay, wait. We went from like a possible Warner screening to this.
I then started working on this documentary, and I kind of turned it into my life and my story. And so when I was filming it, I had my friends interviewing me about my past and about what I went through when I was younger. Yeah. And then it got to a point where I was like, I know there's something that I've been keeping away from my family, from the world. And it was to that point where I was like, I'm about to be 21 years old. Yeah. And I'm at a safe place. Yeah. Everyone around me I know loves me and cares for me. And it was just to that point where I was like, I can't tell my story if I can't be honest with myself. Mm-hmm. So it was around July, the month of July 2020, where I was like, we're doing this. I'm going to change my life today. Wow. And so it started off, I wrote these coming out letters. I wrote one for my parents, for my sister. Okay. And then I wrote one for my friends. Okay. So it was like, that's emotional. Yes. Like, right. I mean, I feel like just writing it to your parents, and then also taking the next step of writing it, to your friends as well. Like, I feel like it's such an honor too, though, as a friend, like to feel like, wow, like my friend feels like they need to explain this part of themselves to me, like, which I'm like, wow, like, that's amazing. How did you begin writing? So it was hard because I was at the point where I was like, okay, I don't need to come out, and I don't need to do this or do that, and I don't want to do like a coming out video. Mm-hmm. I was like, that's not like me. For me, I was like, I can't say it yet. At the time, I could not say I'm I'm a bisexual Hispanic. I couldn't say it out loud. And so I was filming for the documentary. All my friends, family knew about it. Yeah. So I told them how I wrote these letters. It took everything for me to write them, especially for my parents. I felt like I was this other person my entire life, and having to say one day, like, that's not me, and I don't want you to, we have to unlearn that. We can't, that's a different person, but this is me now. Yeah. And so it took everything for me to write those letters, and I knew that would be the easiest way, at least for me. Yeah. so I wrote them, and then I started off with my friends.
Oh, you started off with your friends.
Telling my friends first.
Did you feel like not that it was easier to start with your friends, but did you feel like, I don't know, like they would maybe be more accepting at first?
Yes.
Or like,
yes.
Yeah, okay.
100%. Because I was like, when it comes to friends, I knew they would all be good and happy for me.
Yeah.
But when it comes to my parents and my family, I was like, they're supposed to love me no matter what, and they're supposed to be there for me in every situation, and all, so whenever it came down to that, I was like, I need to tell my friends first, because that will give me more motivation and
that positive energy.
Energy. So I started telling my friends, and I filmed for the documentary.
Yeah.
So I would have the camera up, and it was in all different like situations. It was in a car, somewhere out at a park, wherever, where it felt good for me to finally tell them. So I started telling them, and then it was good, amazing. Yeah. So many tears.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
And then I booked a flight in the middle of July for August.
To go back home. Oh my God.
And at the time I was like, I know if I book it now, it's gonna come down to the point where I have to go and do this.
Right.
And I didn't want to do it over the phone. I didn't want to send a message.
Right.
I was like, I have to do it like
in person. Yeah.
So I booked the flight, and days go by, and then weeks, and then it comes down to the few days.
What were you feeling in those moments?
I can't even imagine.
Because it's like, it's your family. Like, you're excited to see them, but you're also going to share like the most, like you said, like your biggest, I don't want to say like secret, but it's like, it's been with you for so long, right?
Yeah.
Like, when did you know? At what age?
This question is like, I don't. The thing is, I feel like it's always been there.
Yeah.
But me being such a young ambition, like person, I never cared to look at people. I was just always so focused on my future, my career, my craft at a young age. Yeah. So it wasn't to the point where I was being interested in people, and then I was like, okay, I'm interested in men and female. So that's when I sort of like, it was just more really naturally for me. Like, it wasn't a day where like, okay, I like you now.
Okay.
Well, so it was just so natural and organic.
I love that it was,
No,
because I feel like I feel like that is something that people want to know. It's like, like, did you watch a movie and then all of a sudden, or did you see like an attractive man, or like, I don't know, whatever it is. I feel like everyone's story is so different. So it's nice to know and like hear that it felt more natural and organic and freeing to you. So it's really cool. And so you go back, so you're going home, you're there.
Yes. So
and then
I got home, and the weird thing, I wanted to tell my sister first.
Okay, so you weren't gonna like sit the whole family down and be like, okay, you wanted
I could never.
Okay. Why did you feel like because Mexican families are big families, everyone's very close.
I feel like my parents deserve to know
separately instead of I respect that. I do.
Yeah, so me and my sister growing up, we never had a really close relationship. Yeah, we always would bump heads, and we weren't the closest, and I knew it was because of this reason.
Oh, really?
I was so distant from my family, from my sister, from my brother, where I didn't have that relationship with them because I was going through my own stuff. And I feel like I couldn't be myself around them, so it really closed a lot of relationships off. But so I was like, okay, I'm here. I'm telling my sister. But the first day I got there, the one time they're doing like they're redoing the floors. Okay. So I was in with my parents in their bedroom, and my sister was working, my brother wasn't home. Yeah. So we were in their bedroom, and then the construction people were like, okay, we're gonna start doing the floor. You guys have to stay in here. And I was like, no. Okay. It was like almost like meant to happen. Like it was like now it's time. Like literally, I was like you literally have to just let it go. Like let it out. I was like, man, he's really forcing me to be in this bedroom with my parents, and I was like, this is what I came here for, and I have to do it. Yeah. So even then, I had the letter on my phone, and for them, I was like, I want to read it to them. But even then, I sat them on their bed, and I sat at the end of the bed, and I was like, I'm going to read you guys my graduation speech. So I didn't even tell them that. But I said I want to film it. Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, I have to film it for me to keep and stuff.
Of course.
And I was like, no, I'm not ready.
Were you worried that there could have been a possible, like a reaction that you maybe wouldn't have 100% expected? Or did you have a feeling like, okay, like... Yeah. It's gonna probably go, like, did your mom kind of know a little bit? Like, what were we working with here?
I know my parents love me, and, you know, they've done so much for me, and I'm their baby. But with that being said, I feel like even to this day, people have to be prepared for the absolute worst in any coming out situation. You never really know until that happens or until it gets to that point. Right. So... as I started reading the letter, I didn't even face them. I was facing the camera. Okay. And then they were behind me. So I started reading the first 2 sentences. And then you start crying. Because, like, how would you... Because I would... I would not be able to keep a straight face. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to pass out. Like, I never had that feeling ever. Yeah. So I was like, I'm literally pouring who I am, what I am as a person in front of my parents. Yeah. So I tell them, and then... I turn around and they're just there, both emotional. And then my mom was the one that says, come here. Yeah. And then in Spanish or in English? Okay. Yeah. So I go straight to her. I wouldn't even make eye contact with my dad. You didn't look at him yet? No, I didn't even want to. So you don't know what the reaction is? Okay. So I'm hugging her and she's telling me, like, I always knew you were different. You weren't like the rest. Yeah. And then I finally, we were having that beautiful moment. Yeah. And then I look at my dad and he goes, come here. And then we hug. We both cry. Yeah. And it was just the most beautiful moment of my life. Yeah. And I posted my coming out video and everyone wanted to see my parents' reaction, but it was just too personal for me. Yeah. And it was just, I really want that moment for myself and for them. I respect that. That's such a beautiful moment for somebody that's coming out. Yes. Yes. But it was all very good. It was literally... And you were able to read through the whole letter with... I read through the whole letter. Wow. I'd be like, hold on. Yeah. Like an hour later, I'd be like, hold on, I'm almost through it. Like... No, I read it all through and then I turned around and I was like, yeah. And how did it go with your sister? With my sister. It was the same thing. She was like, I'm going to Ulta. I need to go get my eyebrows done. I need to get some makeup. Yeah. And she was like, do you want to go with me? Yeah. And I was like, sure. So I go with her and then she goes, we have they're running late and I have 20 minutes. So I'm like, we're in the car we have 20 minutes. Yeah. I have to come out to her. And I was in 20 minutes it's like timer, go. I was like, why is he doing this to me again where I'm forced? Oh my God, right? Literally. I was like, we're in the parking lot, we're waiting, and I was like, I have to come out to her. I was like, I have something to tell you. And I put the camera up. She goes, why are you filming? We gotta have makeup. She put her sunglasses on. Right. And then she was like, I'm ready. Yeah. And then I started filming. I started reading, immediately cry again. Right. I'm like... Was there a time you were able to do it without crying? Because I feel like I don't think I would be able to. I'd be like, here we go again. After multiple coming outs, yes. Okay. So when it was in that moment, she started crying as she got to like... No, actually, she read the letter. She read it out loud. Read the letter. Oh my God. So when I got halfway, that's when it started getting heavy on her. She was choking up. Literally, what I was going through when you read it to your parents. Yeah. So she reads it, and then she looks at me, gives me the biggest hug, and she tells me how proud she is of me. Yeah. And how she knew all along, but she didn't know if she should come to me with it, confront me, or help me get there. Yeah. Which was beautiful for me. There was a time where you guys weren't as close, or maybe a little disconnect there. So do you feel like that brought you closer now that you've been... 100%. Okay. That's amazing. Literally. That's amazing. Yeah. And I was writing it. I literally apologized. I was like, I'm sorry I couldn't be the brother you deserved and this and that. But I know from this moment on, we're going to have that relationship. Mm-hmm. And literally that happened, and then we're both crying. We clean our face and from the tears. You're like, all right, touch up now. Yeah. And then she's like, okay, well, let's go to Ulta. So we're in the store, and then in the letter I say, she's a makeup artist. Okay. Awesome. And I put in the letter, I hope you could teach me the art of makeup one day. And so we're in the store. She gets her eyebrows done. She's looking at makeup, and she looks at me, and she goes, do you want anything?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then I'm
yeah.
like,
kind of.
yeah, I was like, well, I love looking sunburnt. I like freckles. I want my eye, like all these things.
Right.
And so it was so beautiful. We bonded.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time I felt like we've ever had a relationship.
Wow. So, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So it brought you even closer. That's
to everyone.
Even in your brother too, right?
So my brother, I never came out to him. He's little.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm sure
so
now
how old is your
knows.
brother?
He's like 13 by now, but he's still in my head. I'm like, he's a baby.
Okay,
he's a baby. I don't, you know. So I never did come out to him, but I know he has me on social media.
Yeah,
and I just have to have that conversation with him.
When do you feel like you want to have that conversation with him?
I feel like when I see him again.
Okay,
and I really want to go back home now after shooting my project. I really want to go back home and see everyone
and talk about it.
A lot of I didn't come out to a lot of my family either. They all kind of
like your extended family.
Yeah, I just knew I had to come out to my parents, my sister, and stuff.
Do you think they told the extended family, or like did they leave that up to you?
I think they left it in my hands.
Okay.
I've always been that type of person where, like, I know when I have something, I know I want to do it this way.
Yeah.
Or I have to go about it this way.
Yeah.
So
You're an artist.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
So I had a coming out post, but I didn't announce it until this year, a year later, because I really wanted to educate myself about the LGBTQ plus community, and I wanted to find myself and find what I like and what I love and who I want to look like, what I want to be.
Right.
All these things. So I really wanted to take a year to adjust.
Okay.
All my friends learned about me, this new person. My family got to learn about me. Yeah. And I'm still learning about me to this day. Yeah. I feel like I'm still coming up.
I mean, hey, we're all learning.
Yeah. Right. I've never been so free, so liberated, so happy. I remember one day just looking at myself in the mirror and like, holy shit, this is the person I should have been all along.
Yeah. And you had to just push yourself really to like
get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I can't even imagine. I'm glad that you feel comfortable and like came on here and talk and like be able to talk about it and be open about it, because I feel like a lot of people wouldn't feel comfortable and, explaining it and really talking about their family as well, because people are used to just kind of keeping it in with a lot of stuff, not just like this, like with like literally anything that like involves feelings or being vulnerable. I feel like it's like a hard topic to talk about. So I really love that you're able to openly discuss it and not, be shy about it. I feel like it's going to help a lot of people out.
Yeah, that's why, like, the thing is, after coming out to everyone and stuff, I not only did all my relationships with everyone grow on another level. Yeah, I think that happened because I fell in love with myself and I learned how to love myself. Yeah. So by loving me, I was able to love everybody else on another level. Yeah. So it just my whole world flipped, and here we are today doing. And
now, do you feel? And then I feel like it must have inspired you even more, and you felt more creative, and you're like, I want to, create a film about this. And you did. Is this film like your story, or is it like its own coming out story, or what? I honestly don't know that much about it, so I'm really curious.
So, Bloom.
If you haven't noticed the poster behind me, love the colors, great colors.
So Bloom.
Yes.
Bloom really came out for me when I was in a dark place. It was really after our project we worked on, Emery Woods.
Oh, really?
Where I was really at a weird place where I was like, okay, like, where's my career in film going? I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. So my good friend Elena, she's the best. She was like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I'm good." Like, I'm chilling. She's like, "No, tell me what's wrong now." I was like, and I broke down. I told her everything. She goes, "Okay, meet at my house tomorrow." So I go. I'm there. We're crying. Yeah. And she's like, I feel like you could be a really good writer and director. Yeah. And I was like, what? Like, me? No, like, I never thought about that or anything.
Oh, wow. Really?
Because I
So what were you trying to pursue in the film industry?
I started off with the camera department, but I really fell in love with the art department as well. Okay. So I always did production design, art direction. Like, that was my thing.
So you were never in school for like writing or directing?
Never.
Wow. Okay. Never. Okay. Even more of a twist. I love it.
Yes, 100%. And so when she told me that, I was like, what am I going to write about? Like, I have nothing to write about. She goes, your story. I was like, what story? She goes, you're coming out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shit. And the weird thing is, when I came out, I always wanted to release a project telling my story.
Right.
But I never knew what it was. I was literally going to go through a music video. I was going to have an artist make a song. I was going to go through the documentary. I was going to do an interview. I was even going to ask you to interview me. Like, there were so many projects. You were like, what should I do? It was right in front of you the whole time. Like, it was never clicking for me.
Yeah.
Like I told you, I was like, when I do something, I have to do it big and I have
that's
to go
literally me. I'm like, how can we make this big? Like, what's the most big way I can think about this project? Yeah. And people are like, okay, this is a short film show.
Yeah. So when Elena told me that, I was like, wow. She goes, let's do it. And I was like,
yeah. So you had no script at this point?
No.
Okay. And this is back in what month?
Oh my. So we wrapped Every Woods in February. So it was March, early March.
Okay, March. Yes. Okay, wow.
So,
which is not even that long ago.
No.
We're we're still in July. It's like 2 days left.
Yeah.
Leo season.
Later that night, my friend Paula Manacho comes. She was also on Emery Woods.
Yeah.
She was like, I hear you have a project, and I was like, and she has her production company, PM Film.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to them, her, and
in here in LA or in Mexico?
In LA.
Okay.
So she was like, let's hear your story. So I told her, and she goes, I like it. I'll do it. We'll fund it 100%. Put her hand out. And I was like, okay. And ever since that day, meetings after meetings after meetups.
Amazing.
Kyle Moretti, also on Emery Woods. I got to meet him on there as well. Actually, he wrote Bloom for me, so we kind of
that's amazing.
It was a writing process where me and him were. It was a style. He was interviewing me. I was telling him about my story, and we were just there writing.
Yeah,
so many different revisions and drafts, and it came down to the point where I was like, I kind of took over the writing process as well.
Because it's your story. You know it best, right?
And I was like, I learned a little bit of writing from Kyle.
Right.
So I threw in a lot of my work and I changed a lot of it as well. And so I kind of became a co-writer on it when I did the last draft of it.
Yeah.
So it came down to that. And so after that, we were preparing LA stuff. We were preparing permits at Huntington Beach. We were building a crew in LA. And then the idea of shooting in Mexico kind of fell into my hands.
How did it?
So Elena, she's from Mexico City.
Right.
She was there. She was going back and forth. And then she asked her aunts. She has her aunt. She's a costume designer.
Okay.
And she asked her if she could do some of my outfits and help with wardrobe.
Yes.
She was like, I'll do it. Yes, 100%. Yes. And she works on so many huge projects that I love. Yeah. She did the Selena series, all of that.
Oh my God, I love the Selena series.
So I was a big fan of her work to begin with. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Adela. Mm-hmm. I love her so much. Amazing woman. And then Elena was like, my other aunt does.
My other aunt. She's like, and then I have an uncle.
So she was like, my other aunt, she does the casting. She's worked on all these big projects. Yes. This and that. I was like, oh my God. So we hit her up and she was like, send me the script and I would love to help out. Yeah. So we're like, holy crap. We have these two big names. Yeah. They've been in the industry for so long and I love their work. Yeah. And then we're planning to fly them out here and stuff.
Oh, so you still had the intentions of shooting here.
Still here in California.
That is so funny because, as soon as I saw you posting in Mexico, I was like, oh, so smart. Don't shoot in LA. Stuff it's just so overpriced. You know what 100%.
I mean? So when it came down to that, I got a call one day and Elena was like, hey, why don't we shoot in Mexico? Yeah. And I was like, what?
Yeah, you're like, wait.
I don't know Spanish. I don't have a passport.
I don't have a passport.
I don't know. I've never been. I don't know anything. And she was like, no, dude,
get one.
We should, the casting is going to be done in Mexico. Everything would just flow better. I have a lot of people that could help us, some producers that might be interested in Bloom. And I was like, okay, I'll talk to my parents. So I convinced my parents to let me go fly over the country to a whole new place.
Amazing.
Their thing was like, you don't have a passport. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So me and my good friend Zach,
yeah,
from as well as everyone, one of my best friends.
I met all of it.
Yeah,
I met all his friends.
yeah. So him and the other people that were involved in my head department.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't have a passport, or my passport renews, so or needs to be renewed.
Oh, so I need to go too. Yeah.
So it was me and him only. The rest were all clear for Mexico.
Yeah.
They're like, we're down. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So I was like, holy crap, we're doing this. And then so my Paula, she set up the meetings for the passport stuff, all that. And so I was worried constantly about the passport. I was
of course, because you're like, if it
needs to be there. I need to be there.
If it doesn't come in, like, you're not
like,
going. They don't care. They're not going to be like, oh, sorry, you don't have your passport.
Yeah,
like, no, like, you're not going anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
So
they won't let you come back either. Like,
so that was already in the works, and they're like, don't worry about it. We'll have your passport.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. I was always worried about it.
Right.
I was like, okay. So it came down to finishing the script and stuff, and then we went into all the meetings for the look of the film. Carlo Tonda,
love it.
He was my DP. I really took my vision. I was like, okay, I pulled inspiration from Euphoria, from Moonlight, from like all these beautiful, vibrant shows.
Yes.
I had these crazy shots that I really wanted to accomplish. I told him, I was like, only you, my friend, could do this in the most beautiful way and more.
Yeah.
So he took on this project, killed his part. Yeah. He did everything and more for me. And then my production designer, Annabelle. Yeah. Also on Emery Woods.
I love it.
I pulled all of them. But
I love it.
She was my production designer. I sat with her. I was like, I really want this in the film. I want this. I want this in the background. Yes. The Easter eggs. So
100%.
She killed her part. And then we started casting. Yeah. And when it came down to casting, keep in mind, this is my first time directing. Right. And writing and learning.
Yeah, and you're going to Mexico.
So it was stressful because I had to learn so much in very little time. Yeah. So I'm learning all these processes, all these meetings with these big people. I'm like, oh my God, this is happening. So I talked to my casting director. Yeah. And she's like, okay, I have my connections. I have my list. I'm going to send it to people to audition and stuff, send in their stuff. So we did that, and one day we got all the submissions. And I was looking through them. I was like, holy crap, this is the first time I'm seeing somebody play my characters that we've been working on.
Which changes everything, because now you're seeing a face, you know?
And I was like, this is it. This is happening. Yeah. So we had all these submissions, and I knew instantly when I seen my cast now, I was like, it's that.
It was that, yeah.
So when it came to Sebastian Dante, which plays Freddie in the film, my lead, when I saw him, I was like, oh my God, this is,
you're like,
he really brought.
Yeah, he's a great jawline as well.
He's beautiful. He brought that part of me to life. Right. And I was like, nobody else could do it that way. Yeah. And so when I told him about the role and stuff, he was afraid because he wasn't really the best with his English. So they're all fluent in Spanish.
Because the script is fully in English.
Yes.
Okay.
It's all in English.
Okay, so it's a challenge for the actors, right?
Yes.
Okay, plot twist.
Yeah,
I love it. Okay.
So a lot of my cast, a lot of them, their first language is Spanish.
Right.
So a lot of them were learning English, but then
then you're learning the Spanish.
Yes, trying to. But
that's awesome.
A lot of it was their first project in English. I was like, oh my God. So when it came down to Sebastian, there was a point where I was teaching him the script, teaching him English, and he was teaching me some stuff in Spanish. So it was a very collaborative thing.
Was there a point where you felt like, oh no, there's a language barrier for me, or like at one point where were you not able to communicate something that you wish you were able to?
All of my head departments, they pretty much all spoke Spanish. Elena, my producer, they all knew Spanish.
Fluently, right? Fluently.
Yeah. But when it came down to the working with my actors, they all understood me. I all understood them, and there was never that barrier because they worked. If there was a situation where Sebastian didn't understand me, we did not leave until we were okay,
we understand.
We worked together, and it was beautiful.
Right.
As well as Patricio, he's my supporting character. He was amazing. when I first did his, because all of it was through Zoom, and
the auditions.
Yes, but also
the rehearsals.
Rehearsing everything. I did not meet them until day one.
Wasn't like had oh my god, because I had that similar experience too. I directed a short film, and my actors were from North Carolina, and I was like, how are we gonna rehearse? Because I'm very like on rehearsing, because it's just like a more like I don't know. I just like to be there, like with you, experiencing it, and not like a whole like Zoom call away, right? Yeah. So I can't even imagine like what kind of stress from a director point of view you'd be feeling not seeing your actors in person until like you get there.
Yes. So it was very difficult because I was like, this is my first time directing. I was like, is this how it goes? I was like, wait, no. Like Zooms, no, never seen this. So I was on the phone with all of them. Like me and Sebastian did so many different meetings. We rehearsed. Yeah. I was teaching the script in English. Like we were learning all of it.
What were some challenges for you, like doing it over Zoom? Because for me, I found it a little difficult to like really be able to transform like the scene into what it was, because like, you know, like I would be prompted on like a bookshelf or something. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, wait, I'm like, turn me so I can see you.
It was. The thing was like I really wanted to be there in person with them. Yeah. Because I was like, okay, we're looking at each other through a camera, and I really want to be there with them in person and go over everything and you know, vibe with them, feel their energy, and just spend time with them and get to develop these characters. Yeah. But it was just very hard to do through Zooms, but they all worked. They were all patient. They were amazing. Yeah. And Sebastian, I actually got to meet him before the day one. Okay. So it was scheduled for me to meet my lead a couple days before, and I'm so glad we had that moment to bond and to get to know him as a person. And we really got to talk about the character Freddie and really go over everything and made some adjustments, and it was just beautiful to finally be in person. Yeah. And be in Mexico.
I know. Because how did you like location scout and like,
oh my God.
Like, did you find all this like same because you had already location scouted here too, right? Or like, so like how did you didn't put any money down yet? No. Okay.
So the permits were all being like set up and like everything. Yeah. We got the clear to shoot in Huntington Beach. Yeah. Because I have a beach scene. That's all I'm going to say. I have a beach scene. Okay. And I really wanted to shoot at Huntington Beach because all of that happened there for me. Oh, okay. So I was like, I want to see, you know. Yeah. But when it came down to Mexico, Elena, she flew out there. You know, she went home and she did everything out there for me that that I wish I could have been there to do that. But you didn't have a passport, so you literally couldn't do it. So she was there for the location, gathering locations.
But that's amazing also that you could trust her and have 100%. Like her be your pair of eyes. You know what I mean? Like that's also something like to take note of. Because like you can't just send anyone to go do that.
Because Bloom would not have been Bloom without Elena. Yeah. You know, she was my producer and my AD, and like I owe her the world. She did so much for me, and I love her to death. Me and her grew on another level of friendship, and I trust her in anything, and especially with my baby. Like, you know, so she was out there for every meeting, for the fittings, figuring out the COVID testing, figuring out I had a restaurant scene, so she was there looking at restaurants.
Were they more willing to let you guys shoot at like restaurants or like different like public places that you had to use because like, you know, it's Mexico and they're more excited about it and it's not as common? 100%. Or were they like...
No. So, okay, what I love about... Let's start from the beginning. Yeah. The passport. Because I know if you were... Right. Okay, so...
So did you get there?
Yeah, so we were scheduled to fly out there...
Yeah, how many days is the shoot?
The shoot was 5 days.
5 days. Okay.
But we were there from the 1st through the 9th, I believe.
Of July.
July.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm pretty sure. We're still in July. Like literally, one more day. That's crazy.
So I think it was the 1st through the 9th. I'm pretty sure. So the first comes, the day we leave to Mexico comes. Well, I find out a week before that our passport meeting is the day we leave in the morning in San Diego. Our flight leaves out of LAX. So I was like, holy crap. I was like, there's no way.
No way.
I'd even went to my parents because they're like, are you kidding me? It takes weeks, like all this time to get it.
Oh,
and I was like, don't stress me out. Don't stress me out. I don't want to hear it. I have my casting. I have like everything to focus on. Yeah. I don't want to be worried about the passport.
Yeah.
You know, they told me like it'll be fine. So I was like, it's going to be fine. I left it in God's hands. Oh, yeah. He got us.
He got us.
He brought us this far. He has us.
Yeah.
So the day comes. Me, Zach, Paula, and Zach's mom. Yeah. We all drove to San Diego. Okay. It was like we left at like 5 or 6 a.m.
Yeah.
We get there. Our meeting was at like 9. We were able to get in at like 8 something.
Okay.
The interview thing. So we're there, and then they told us that pickup time is 4 o'clock.
Okay.
And we're like, our flight leaves at 2. So
I'd be like, I'm stressed.
Yeah,
okay.
So we had proof of our flight.
Okay.
And we also had a backup flight.
In case.
7.
Smart
thinking. In case.
Okay.
We didn't get that. Or it didn't.
That's actually really smart.
My team was smart. On it.
Because I literally was like, okay, traveling and filming is literally so fucking stressful. And then you have to worry about like, is it going to be on time? If it's delayed, is it going to fuck everything up? Because when I also shot in San Francisco and we shot we shot in the morning. I mean, we were going to shoot at night, but we flew in the morning. We're like, oh, it's totally fine. Mm-hmm. Like we have hours. And then literally our flight got delayed like 2 hours. Our like room wasn't ready, but it ended up working out because we didn't schedule it till like later to shoot. Thank God for like good planning and stuff. But holy shit, if you don't think about everything, like one little thing can just fuck it all up.
Yes, because you never know what could go wrong.
No, I know, but that is wow, that is so smart. I have to think about that backup flight.
Yeah, because we had the backup flight. Yeah. So we sign in, and the guy that's setting up the appointment interview thing. So we go through him first, check in, basically a check in. Mm-hmm. And he goes, oh, your guys' passport photos, they might not take them. We're like, no. And the thing was,
like, who are you?
We took them ourselves. Me and Zach took them.
No.
But on the website,
I should have gone to CVS.
I know. And on the website, it showed like you could take, like, it's so modern now. Like, you can do this, do that. So he's like, I don't know about, he was like, I really don't know about mine. And I was like, shit. And then Zach, he was like, maybe. So we're like, crap. So next thing, we go to the lady that does the final, all the say and everything, and she takes a photo. She looks at them, but she takes them to scan them and stuff. So we're like, okay, we're good. She's like, what's the, like, why do you guys need them? Like, what's the situation? We're like, we have a flight at 2 in LA, and we're like, please do everything to help us. And she's like, okay, pickup will be 11 for you guys. So we're like, okay. But then she comes by, she goes, okay, we need new passport photos. So she's like, here's UPS.
No.
Down the street, 5 minutes. Me and Zach get that paper. We run. Me, him, and Paula, we ran to get our new photos taken.
Oh, my God.
Hectic as
You really had to work for it.
Yeah, we really worked for it. And so we ran back, and we didn't have to wait in line. Well, we had to go through security, all that,
right?
But we had to wait at the appointment check in. We went straight to her. Okay, she's like, okay, be back at 11.
Yeah,
11:30. So we had 2 hours. We went to get breakfast. We finally got to breathe.
Yeah,
and we're like, okay, like it's gonna be very tight to make our flight to LA.
Yeah,
from San Diego with traffic, with check in, all of that's good stuff. We head to LA. We get to LA at like 1 something.
I'm stressed. I'm like, oh my God.
My other people that I'm flying from LA to Mexico, they're already on the flight.
Oh, they're already on the plane.
We call them. We're like, my DP and my first AC. We call them. We're like, hey, tell them to wait. Like, we're on our way. We're almost there. Like, we tried calling. Yeah, Aero Mexico.
Oh, I thought I was like, you called Mexico.
We called Mexico. No,
we called Mexico. We told them stop.
Delta partnered with Aero Mexico now, so we were trying.
Oh, they're partnered.
Yeah, they're partnered.
Oh, okay. No, I've flown with Aero Mexico multiple times. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
okay.
So now they're through Delta. We called Aero Mexico. Couldn't get through. No one would answer.
No one answers.
And then Delta was like, I don't even think they answered. So we couldn't get a hold of anyone. We got there. We're like, okay, we missed our flight. It's clear.
Yeah, you already accepted it, low-key.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I was like, we have another flight. Like, we're going to get there late.
But that one was at 7 p.m. The other flight?
Yes.
Okay.
But we would have got to LA. I mean,
Mexico like at like
midnight.
Because there's 2-hour time difference too. Oh my god. Okay.
And on top of all that, this is the day I'm supposed to announce Bloom to social media of the world. Like, I'm supposed to
but you're so stressed you can't even think about it. You're running.
Like, oh my god! Like,
oh my god!
I'm supposed to release my poster today, and I'm very good with deadlines. Like, I like giving myself dates.
Me
times.
too. Yeah.
Like, I love.
I'm like in my calendar. I'm like, okay, on this.
Yeah. So I'm like, Bloom comes out in like supposed to come out in multiple 4 hours, 3 hours, whatever. Like, everything was set. Everything was logged, and so we were at the desk, and there was a line, and nobody was at the desk for Aero Mexico.
Okay.
And we're all like, what's going on? And then the guy was like, I've been here, and nobody's been here. Like, nobody's here. Like, we don't know what to do. And we're all like, what? Like, what do you mean nobody's at the desk? Like, who are we supposed to go to?
Yeah, what?
And then, so we finally find an Aero Mexico guy, and he was like...
Aero Mexico guy.
They're on lunch. We're like... Okay.
Yeah, like, I need to get on that plane.
Yeah, like, we missed our flight. We're blaming them now. We're like,
right.
we were here. Like,
yeah. I'd be like, it's your fault.
Yeah, so we're like, we missed our flight. And then, so they came back from their lunch.
Yeah.
The sweetest girls. They were the sweetest, though. So we explained the situation to them, and then we're all like, okay. They booked us a flight for like 5 o'clock.
Okay, so 2 hours earlier.
And we got to get our refund for our other flight.
No, because you missed it. So you got the money back.
Because that itself was like $1,700. Like, just for the new flight. Like, it was just messy.
It was that expensive.
Yes.
Holy shit.
So, and that was just the three of us. And my other two were on the plane. And then Elena was already in Mexico.
Oh,
so we were
God. So everybody was all spread out.
Yeah.
And where were you guys going to stay? Like, did you have...
Yeah, so we the people that I flew from LA to Mexico, it was Paula, my executive producer, and her company, Bloom Film, that represents Bloom. It was her. Yeah. Zach. Yeah. Zach, who was my gaffer, and he plays himself in the film. I forgot to mention that.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, because he was my best friend, and he was already written in the project.
Oh, okay.
And then the casting was actually like casting him, and I was like, no, like. I asked him, I was like, will you play yourself, but also be a part of the crew? Right. So I was like, this is a lot.
But
he was like, I'll
of course,
do it for you. Yeah. So it was Zach, it was Carlo, my GP. Yeah. It was Ari, one of my good friends, and my first AC.
Wow. Okay.
And then it was me. Elena was already in Mexico.
Right.
So it was 5 of us. Right. And then 2 of them got split, and then us 3 are trying to get on a fucking plane.
Oh my God. So, I'd be like, everyone's all split.
But yeah, so... We already had our Airbnb. We got an Airbnb for my LA crew.
Okay.
For us, we're like a family, so we stayed at this place. Right. Elena stayed at her family's house. Okay. So we had our Airbnb. She was there. When it came down to getting on, literally an hour before, I messaged my producer Elena. I was like, "Hey, I'm about to announce Bloom." Yeah. And then. When it came down to my movie poster, I'm a perfectionist. Right. So my artist, I had my artist that did this is like a drawing painting. Right. So I had her, she was doing so many drafts for me because I was not taking it. Like it was not it.
It was not it. Yeah. You know when it's
Yeah. So I kept changing it. I changed the background, the color, added the floral, the flowers, all that good stuff. And then Elena's sister Jimena, she did the wording and stuff. Love it. So it was literally came down to 30 minutes before I announced it, where I was like, wait. There's one more adjustment on the poster. So I messaged my artist. I was like, oh my God. Let's try green. Let's change the background.
What was the color before?
It was like there was multiple options. There was different. There was like a red. There was a blue. There was.
Oh, so it wasn't green and yellow.
No.
Oh shit.
So
okay.
I told her very last minute, and I gave her the idea before, but we never went through with it. I was like, I want more like a floral.
Yeah, and it matches with the. It looks like grass and like the sun.
So I was I gave her images. I was like, let's do something like this. Yeah. Blur it up. I don't care. And then she did that, and I was like, holy shit,
it looks
this is it. So I'm finally happy with the poster. I did not let anyone of my crew, my cast, see the poster.
Okay.
I only let Elena, my producer, see it. And I didn't even want her to see it, but I was like, I have to show somebody.
Someone has
to get an opinion, you know? So it came down to where I was like, okay, I'm about to announce it. And so, because the thing is, even before my flight, my parents came down to say like congrats and to send their love before
oh my God,
and all
that's
that. So
precious,
I showed them the different draft the night before the flight. And so I showed my parents. Well, I showed my mom first. Yeah. And then she was like, she started crying. She goes, I always knew I would see this one day. And then I showed my dad, so and he was like, oh my, like he could tell he got a little emotional. Yeah. So they were the first ones to actually see it. Yeah. Some of my friends got to see like the draft, like the sketches, because there was different drafts. Right. I edited versions of what I wanted it to look like for the artist to understand, because I'm such a visual person.
Me too. I'm like, I have to see it.
So when it came down to it, I announced, I posted it. So much love flew in.
Yeah, of course.
And everyone's like, "Oh my God, you're directing now!" And I'm like, I am. Like, don't remind me.
And then you're still like on the way to Mexico when you're posting
on the way
this?
to Mexico.
So you're not even there yet.
No. And then so I post it. I turn off my comments. Yeah. And I turn my phone off. Yeah. So and then we're like, crap, our flight leaves in 15 minutes. We thought we looked at like the wrong time.
I'm like,
we ran to the
remind
gate.
me to never fly with you.
No, we ran to the gate. We're on the flight. Yeah. Elena messaged me like, I love you. I'm proud of you. We did it. It's announced. We're doing it. Yes. So then I'm like, okay, I'm on the flight. Like, I gotta go. We're here. Like, I didn't realize like it's about to take off. So we're on the flight. Then I'm in like, I forced myself to go to sleep on the plane.
Yeah, so you get that energy going.
I don't want to think about anything else. I need energy for Mexico. Yeah. We got to Mexico.
Is this your first time in Mexico?
First time ever.
What the fuck? Your first time in Mexico and you get to shoot your film? I'm so jealous. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's the best way.
When people tell me that, I'm just like, that happened.
Yeah, that happened.
Know? And, my executive producer, Daniel Espinoza, shout out to him for really making this happen for me and my team. Like, he's the nicest guy, and his son even got to work on the crew. Amazing guy as well. So we get to Mexico, and it was just kind of like a dream. I was like, we're here. I was looking out the window like, oh my God, like I'm in a movie. Like, I'm here.
This is my story.
Yeah. So we get to the Airbnb. Carlo and Ari are just on the couch, just chilling there, like, oh, what's up? Or like, hi, like, what the hell? I'm glad you guys are eating Takis and having a good time. We went through so much to get here. Yeah. But Elena and her cousin Sammy, an amazing guy. Yeah. He ended up helping so much of me. Amazing. I love him to death. Yeah. They picked us up at the airport and stuff. And then, so.
What about camera equipment and stuff? Because I feel like that is what I would be most stressed about.
Yeah, so everything was basically done. Okay. Before we even landed. Like,
how did you
all that was set up.
Transport it, or you got it there?
Elena's dad and her mom, shout out to them. Yeah. They really pulled their strings. Yeah. They helped us with so much. Yeah. So Elena's dad knew a guy that owns the camera, like,
amazing. Whole camera package going.
Yeah. Okay. So he was like, choose your camera, like,
choose your warrior, choose your camera.
We went through them, and it was just perfect, the camera. So the first day of actually being in Mexico, my camera, my gaffer, my DP, he's the one that they all did the camera test. Yeah. They all checked the equipment. Yeah. While we were getting our COVID test for the film. Yeah. And then I got to meet my actor that day, so it was really perfect.
How was the chemistry between you and your actor? Was it just as good as it was better. Over Zoom? Better, yeah. Yes. Good. That's what you want. Yeah, because like a friendship.
It was very instantly. We became so close. Yeah. And I told him, I was like, I could never like not think him enough because he was bringing this part of me that was just so important.
Your vulnerable side.
Yeah. Like that I was going through so much. Yeah. And he was really bringing it to life. Yeah. And him in general, he's the sweetest, nicest, most humble, genuine person I've ever met.
So how was it working with actors for the first time in Mexico? you know, because it was your first time directing. So, and rehearsing over Zoom, it's a little different than what you learn in film school. In film school, they're always like, oh, make sure you, like, take them out to lunch, get to know them, like, be their friend, like, get them to be vulnerable with you. It's like this, like, deeper connection. So it's like, you know, you kind of, like, missed out on that a little bit. So how was it when you got to set?
Yeah, so I got to meet them on Zoom and stuff, and we got to rehearse, but it's never the same.
Yeah.
And so, I keep saying my first time directing, but, like, so it was I really didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
I never was really taught how to direct.
Right.
I never really learned. I never even shadowed anybody.
Yeah.
It was just, I was like, I know my story, and I know my script, and I know my, you know, so these characters. So that's all I really had behind me.
Mm-hmm.
But when it came down to actually directing them, it was also very hard because Bloom, the story itself, it is, all these characters are me and my life and my family. All the characters are genuine and real. Yeah. That comes from my story. Yeah. And so when it came to Sebastian taking on the character of Freddie, it was there was some times where I was really anxious and really,
if he was going to really be able to portray you.
Yeah, I was really, like, emotional. Yeah. I was like that. Yeah,
did anything trigger you? Like, where it was like...
there was moments where he would do whatever scene and I'll be like, I need to step away. Yeah. Because I was like, oh my God, I didn't even want them to see me be vulnerable at all. Because I was like,
but that means it was a good performance and it was true to, like, what you had envisioned. Because I thought about that too. I was like, I have this, like, script and it's really, like, really emotional, like, emotional script. And I always have thought to myself, I was like, it's like, I'm in the story, but I wouldn't want to act as myself because I'm not an actress. But I was like, I would love to direct the film. But I was like, I feel like if I saw it be performed the way that I see it in my head and the way that scene went, like how it really went down in real life, it would be so emotional that I would cry in front of, like, the whole production. Yeah. I literally thought that to myself and I was like, that's how I would know that I got it done. Like, I would have to cry.
Yeah, because there was moments where I was getting very emotional and Elena would be right by my side, you know, grabbing
supporting
my hand.
You, yeah.
Because when it came to the really emotional scenes, I made them, like, closed sets.
Yes.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna bawl.
Yeah.
So there was points where my AD, my producers, they were bawling. I was like,
I love it. Yeah, and then it makes you want to cry too.
Yeah,
like,
I looked at Ellen and I was like, this is literally what I was going through. Yeah. This is my life right in front of me. Yeah. Even to the point, because there was my supporting actor, Patricio, him, when he was with Sebastian, and I seen them, like, having their moments, really playing their parts, I was like, wow, like, this is beautiful. Bloom is parts of my story, parts of me. They are, my characters are my parents, my brother, my sister, my ex-girlfriend, V, she's in this story. Okay. My Zach, my best friend. Right. Anthony, which is a supporting character. He is someone I really met. Now the storyline itself, it is adjusted, but there is parts of my story. Right, of course. So Bloom is really about this young male named Freddie, who he goes through a lot of things mentally and emotionally. And, you know, he meets someone that really pulls him out of that dark place. Yeah. And so the film itself really has a lot to do with mental health. It is an LGBTQ plus film. It has to do with social issues, family, love, and all these characters really do bloom. Not only does Freddie, all these characters really bloom throughout.
That's at the end of the film. A big character arc. I love that.
So it was interesting to see because the cast, they're amazing.
What about the cast playing your parents?
Oh my God, Mildred.
Mildred
who plays my mom. Yeah. She had me bawling a lot. I stepped away multiple times. Yeah. I was like, that's literally that's my mom.
And you're like,
and like
if my mom
those
was an
emotions,
actress.
those emotions were like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Mildred is amazing. She was amazing to work with.
Yeah.
She really dived into her character in the most beautiful way. When it comes to the guy that played my dad, Roberto, I call him Rob. He's such a funny and awesome guy.
Yeah.
He was teaching me he was educating me so much throughout the film. And when it came to bringing my dad to life, it was very hard because my dad is such a specific person.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, he showed emotions here, he wouldn't here.
Yeah.
Or, you know, a straight face itself says a lot for when it comes to my dad. So it was very interesting to bring those characters to life. But Rob and Mildred really had me from their audition. Wow. And then when it came to my sister Alize, played by Nuria.
Yeah.
Sorry if I butchered any names, but Nuria is an amazing person. I love her to death. She was very sweet, very nice to work with, very patient.
Yeah.
My sister, it was interesting to bring that character to life, just because she's so specific, and knowing her on a lower level, just because we didn't have that relationship, and bringing those memories to life, I was like, wow, What
was your most challenging character to direct? Yourself, your parents, your sister?
Say myself.
Or the love interest?
Myself.
Yourself? Yeah.
It was very, very difficult, emotional.
Yeah. Because you have to really put all your feelings out there on the table, and you know, and you're essentially, you want your audience to love this character also, right? 100%. And this person. So it's 100%. Like, there's a lot of pressure for it to deliver. Yeah. But I mean, I know you, and you're such a sweetheart. So I'm like, I'm sure it was fine, and you did a great job. Yeah. So I'm super excited to see it.
Yeah. Even like when it came to my brother, the character Bash, Emiliano, he was the youngest guy he was a kid. He's a kid.
Yeah.
And he's so talented. And I kept adding new dialogue for him on the spot. And he just kept, and I would have somebody run to him and give him the new lines, and he'll be like, I got it. I'm good.
Amazing.
Like, oh my God, how did you do that? Like, how do you know it that well? He was just such a fun person to work with. Even the one that plays my ex-girlfriend V in the film, Daniela. Daniela is such a sweet, loud, fun, energetic soul. And me and her, we kept messing around with Rob on set. Yeah. But even bringing her character to life was hard, because this character is a little like, the character V is like tipsy in the film. Yeah. She had a little bit to drink. Right. So the character is so fun to bring that to life.
Like mood.
Yeah. To see where it's too much or not enough.
Right.
So it was very interesting. There is the character of Anthony. This character goes through a lot in his own life, but him being a beautiful person, he doesn't allow that to get in the way of any friendship, or he doesn't like to show that side of his life. But Patricio, working with Patricio, Patricio, the supporting, he's such an amazing person. I loved every second work with him. I was literally on the phone with him the other day. He was like, you better talk about me and tell me how amazing I am. I'm like, shut up.
This is for you.
Yeah. He's so funny. I loved him. Him and Sebastian really
had that chemistry on screen.
The chemistry where I was like, holy shit. Like, we have to do this, or we have to add that. Or I was like, they're too beautiful together. Like, I was like, they look so good. But they're literally my boys. I love Sebastian and Patricio to death. I really want to work with them in the future again and again and again.
Yes, yeah. When you work well with someone, you can just snowball into more projects. Yeah, it's really nice.
You know, my whole cast, they're all really professional actors. So me being a first-time director, it gave me peace knowing that they were so patient with me and so willing to add on to their character and to figure out a loophole for whatever situation.
Well, I'm sure they knew it was more than just like, oh, let's just shoot this and we're in it for the money. Like, it wasn't like a project like that. You know, it was very, it's like your heart and your soul was in it. And it seems like everybody else was in it. Like all the other crew members and the talent, like they put their heart and soul in it as well. It wasn't like you can just tell when a set is money driven and when the set 100%. Is like in it for the right reasons.
Yes, and that's why I loved filming in Mexico.
Yeah,
the cast and then the crew.
What about the people around you guys that weren't necessarily like helping you guys? Like, did you? Because then Mexico's pretty. It has this old school thinking at times, and you're shooting a very a topic that is very openly talked about here in California, but in Mexico, coming out is still like
So with that, my line producer, he's stationed out there. Okay, Chris. I asked him even before. I was like, okay, this is an LGBTQ plus film, right? Is this okay? And do I need? I told him, I was like, please.
Do I need to worry?
Do I need to worry?
Right.
And I was like, because a lot of people they were bringing on for the project. I was like, are they okay with it? He was like, don't worry about that. He was like, this is Mexico City. Like, we're all gay. I was like, okay.
Everyone's
gay. He was like, what? He was like, that's your worry? I was like, yes.
Worry about directing,
Yeah, so, but the company Smart Dogs, they helped us so much. Okay. Service G, they really protected us. They were our security team. The most loving, amazing crew
So you
ever.
Actually had a security team?
Yeah, we had security at all times. Because we were filming.
Were you filming in areas that weren't as safe, or was it because the storyline, or what was it?
Just the piece of knowing, because we were filming at a restaurant, and then we would film on the street. Okay. And the restaurant street, it was in the middle of the city.
So there's a lot of people. You can't control what person's going to be walking down the street.
So just to have that peace for us, that mind, and then we're filming on other streets as well. So we just really wanted all those to be protected, safe.
Which is huge. I'm glad that you were able to have that too, because I feel like that would be a way you could fully immerse yourself in the project. Having that worry of like, oh no, like I'm in a foreign country and maybe it's not as accepting, and are these people going to say something 100%. Or am I going to be safe in this area? Like that just takes away from your directing, right? You're not like, if you're thinking about that, you can't put your full energy into that. So I'm glad that you had that service and protection where you could feel that. Like,
that definitely helped a lot. But Elena, she would not let me work. I mean, that's her job, being an AD and producer. But she was like, dude, I got you. Mm-hmm. And she kept asking, she was like, are you happy? Are you happy? Do you need anything? Yeah. She was just the greatest. I love her. I'm
like, I need her to work with me.
She's the greatest person ever. And it's literally our baby. Yeah. And I tell her, like, you helped me so much with this. And she brought on the whole Mexico crew, and all of them touched my heart in ways I can't explain.
Right. And did she know them, or we didn't know. Just
she knew,
word of mouth, or is it like kind of
a lot of like connections? Like, we had my producer, my line producer out there, and she knew people, which knew people. Mm-hmm. So we all formed a big Bloom family. Yes, of course. And the thing was, I had no expectation, like, going into this directing, being on set. I didn't want to be that bitchy director who was like, oh, don't come around me, or this or that. Me being in the art department, the camera department, I was like going to just some stuff. I was asking my cast, I was like, do you guys need anything? Do you need a water? Like, are you good? And then Rob, the one that played my dad, he was like, dude, stop, that's not your job. Like, just chill. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Do you guys need anything now?
Well, you're taking care of your actors, right?
Yeah, exactly. So Elena was really good at watching me, taking care of me mentally, and every time we did a hard scene, she was like, are you good? Do you need a break? Do you need this? Do you need that? And I was like, I'm good. I was like, great, go make sure Sebastian is okay.
And how were the shooting days? Like, did you, like, was it mostly smooth, or was there any moments where like, oh my God, like,
so
we might not shoot this day, or like,
the shooting days were perfect.
Amazing. That's
why I was like, I never want to shoot in LA again, because like everything was too perfect. Like so smooth. Everyone, there was a point where I was like, I'm hot. I was just telling me, I was like,
oh my God.
And then they would be with the fan. Like random people.
That was going to be one thing I was going to ask. How did you film with humidity?
Oh my God.
And a mask on.
So we filmed day one, it was only, I want to say.
Oh, it was only 100 degrees and I was sweating balls.
So we filmed in Acapulco.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it's hot there.
And it's so hot.
It's so hot there.
And I got out, once we got there, it was so beautiful. I was in awe. Like, it was like a resort.
Yeah.
And so it was Sebastian, and then Patricio came and stuff. But I told Elena, I was like, dude, I'm like sweating everywhere.
Yeah, like I'm sweating in places I shouldn't be sweating.
Her hair was like, you know? And I
no,
was
me too. Like me and Humidity, it's like I can't do anything with my hair. It's like literally like just one baby curl.
Yeah, and that was day one of me directing. So I was like, oh my god, like I really have to focus.
You need a fan. Yeah.
And then after like after an hour, everyone was over it. We're like, okay, we're
just
sweating.
Sweat through it.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
We're creating art. It was beautiful. Day one, amazing. I cried.
Yeah.
It was so
12-hour days?
Yes.
12-hour days.
And
what were they, like 8 to 8 or like?
It was all different. 10 to 10 or 10,
nice.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But
were you dressed like? Were you wearing pants when you were dressed?
Yes.
No, you weren't.
Shorts.
What?
So I wear like big heavy pants.
No,
and there was days where my feet were hurting. I was like, oh. But I would not, because in Mexico,
I would be so hot in pants. I'd be like, no.
In Mexico, directors are called master. And I was like, do not call me
Don't call me master.
No, the grips.
I'm going to go to Mexico, bro. Are you kidding me? I'm like, call me master, please.
The grips were already considered, like doing everything for me that I needed. Like, everyone ran if I was like, I'm thirsty. Yeah. They would all come with the water bottle. Yeah. Like, everyone in that cast, in that crew,
it was just so helpful and attentive. Amazing.
Yeah. There was not one person where they're like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't want to
Everybody
do
was there to get the job done.
Or there was no ego. Yeah. Everyone was so humble.
That is huge because there's such a fucking ego. Like, like, especially, like, I've been working on, like, commercial sets that have, like, really big budgets. Like, they'll have, like, $1 million budget for, like, 30 seconds. For 30 seconds. I'm like, hi, can I get some funding?
Yeah.
And you can just feel the fucking big dick energy.
Yeah, we're literally a family.
Yeah.
Like, there was a love everywhere. There was no one that was like that. Yeah. Very LA.
Yeah. Very LA.
That's why I was like, I'm coming back.
And you're taking me
everything. Yes, I was like, I want to shoot everything. All my projects. I want to film here. Yeah. I was like, the first time directing for me was the greatest experience. Bloom literally changed my life. Yeah. In so many ways. I got to meet the most beautiful people.
Yeah.
Even the house owner of the house.
We're just nice people.
Anna.
Amazing to hear.
For all of them. Like, they have my heart.
always have horror stories with the owners. I'm like
Anna, amazing person. I love her to death. She literally, she was a stand-in for one of my. She was like,
amazing.
Because we missed one of the shots.
Yeah.
Like the walking out, whatever. And we needed a girl with short black hair, and she had it. She was like, yeah, sure, give me the clothes. Yeah. She was up there like, okay, what do you need me to do?
I love it.
They're all just there for
Here in LA,
me.
They'd be like, hell no, you have to pay me. And then be like, that's going to go an extra hour.
Yeah.
And then a cleaning fee because I had to walk down the stairs.
Literally, but she was like, give me the shirt. It was a crop top. It was Anna's an older lady. I mean, beautiful, but
I love it. She's like, fuck it.
She's like, yeah.
Confidence.
Yeah,
I love it.
There was just so much love. Even my COVID officer, I heard that she wrote a song based off of my script. She's a musician. What? And I was like,
put it in the movie.
Literally.
Amazing.
And I was like, you wrote a song about my story? She was like, yeah, I hope that's okay. I was like, send me it. I want to see it. I read it. I was bawling. Aww. And she was like, I really would be interested in working post with the sound, music, all that. I was like, of course. Like, anyone that writes, that. Yeah. It was just so much love.
You can feel the passion, too. Like, that's
everyone.
Yeah, from everyone. It really feels like that.
Even whenever, like, it came down to rapping.
Yeah.
I never bawled so much in my life.
Yeah.
For saying, like, okay, I remember Elena telling me, like, okay, this is your last shot. Like, whatever you're ready. And, like, say, like, okay, this is a rap for Bloom. When it came down to that, I was like,
did you, like, choke up?
Yes. Yeah. And then Sebastian ran to me, and then Nuria, and then, like, we wrapped Patricio, his character Anthony, we wrapped him day 2. And he came back day 5.
No way!
And I told him, I was like, dude, I need you on set. Like, I miss having you. He goes, goes, Freddie, I feel so empty, and I feel like I took this project on like any other, but this really, I'm so invested. This changed my life. Like, you guys,
I love that.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
But the fact that he came back and he brought me a gift.
I know.
And,
my
God. But
oh my God, that is beautiful.
Yeah, like when I said bye to Sebastian, like the final bye, I literally bawled in his arms for like an hour. Wow. Like, he just kept telling me so much beautiful words. Yeah. How much Bloom has changed his life, and I told him, I was like, dude, you changed my life.
But it's like two people changing each other's lives, and it's like you're just grateful for that. That's awesome.
Even the grips, like, they would not talk to me because I guess that's just how it works. Like, in the industry, like, you talk to the director. Yeah. Whatever. And so they were all coming up to me at the end, and I didn't get to talk to a lot of them because I was working and stuff. But they were like, "Thank you for this opportunity." And I was like,
I love it. Yeah, no, thank you for helping.
You made my dream happen.
Honestly, grips, like, I give them such fucking props. The fact that they have to heavy lift shit and like they don't complain about it. It's fucking hot. Like, they literally, you need something, they bring it right away. It's wow. Yeah. I always say, like, grips need to get paid more. Like, on set, like they do.
They do so much, and a lot of them, people just look to them like, oh, they're
I know. Yeah. No.
Move this. No. Or like, but my makeup artist, Mariana, my freaking wardrobe, one of her assistants, and like they literally would like
fan you.
Yes, and then they would steam my clothes. Like, amazing. Anything. Like, they're just the greatest.
That is amazing. Wait, I have to ask, what kind of food did you have on set?
Oh my God, we haven't even talked about the food. I don't know who Elena knows or how this happened.
I was like,
the food, they're like buffets.
Oh
and
my God!
Even after our lunch, they would come back, or they would literally have a meal for them to go. Everyone had a to-go box.
I'm not gonna shoot any more films in LA.
Like, the food was so amazing, and there was, I guess I ate because I'm like lactose. So one day I ate like something that really like upset my stomach. Yeah, and then Paula and Elena, my producer, she told the cooks, I guess, and every day they came up to me and they're like, "We have this for you. We have this. Do you want us to make it like?" I was like, no, I would rather not eat, and you guys have to go out of your way.
That is so sweet, yeah.
Like, it was a dream.
That sounds like a dream.
Because like, from writing it to
that was like what, like a 4-month, wait, April, May, June, July, 4 months, yeah.
Yeah, it was just a dream. Like, the food, the food.
No, but the fact that you had a vision, because I remember when we met on Emery Woods, we talked, and I remember this was something you were interested in kind of doing. It was still very in the beginning, like thought, like you hadn't had like a full script yet, but it was really cool. Like, it's just really cool to hear you, like, just from like over the months, like it was an idea and then you like executed it, you went through with it, you flew to Mexico, you made this project happen. Now it's like in the editing room, and then you're gonna have it come out. Like, that's what it's all about, like, as a director, is like seeing something or wanting to tell a story and bringing it to life and making it real and authentic, and that's exactly what you did. So applause to you. Honestly, you should be happy. Like, this is a huge like stepping stone. So I feel like you should be proud of yourself. Also, we have this little slate.
Oh my! They even
tell me about the slate.
No, because once we wrapped, I was just like crying, and I was telling everyone, thank you.
Yeah.
And then I think my GP or Elena, I'm not sure who came up to me. Yeah. They're like, here. And I was like, what? Like, what? And they're like, it's yours. And I was like,
it's yours. No, it's perfect.
Like, literally,
I kind of wish I could keep like every slate from every shoot. You just have like a box full of slate. That'd be so cute. I love that.
Yeah, I should try to write on it, but it was like, it started raining that day at the end, the night. When we wrapped, it was like raining. And
wow, perfect timing with it.
It couldn't it wouldn't stay. I don't even know what this is. I need to learn Spanish. I think we all know that. I'm learning.
Yeah. Okay, so we both have to learn fluent Spanish, and we'll go back and we'll shoot a feature film there.
Let's do it,
right? Well, I'm manifesting it right now. We're going to shoot a feature in Mexico.
Yeah, I have my crew now.
Yes! And I have some family there, so it works out perfectly.
We have it all.
Yes. Oh my God, we're a team already.
Bloom is about this young man who really has nowhere else to go but his head,
Mm-hmm.
filled with a lot of dark, fearful thoughts, and figuring himself out. He just got out of a relationship, and he feels like he's becoming very distant with his family, his sister, his brother, and so he's kind of like losing himself. And during this difficult time for him, he meets this person who is able to pull him out of this place, and that's never happened before. No one ever wanted to help this character Freddie out in that way. At least. So this person that Freddie meets, he really changes his perspective on life and love and everything. Yeah. And so Freddie just really gets to find himself.
I love it. And gets to bloom.
Everyone blooms, the family blooms.
I love it. No, when you said that, I love that you said that everyone, all the characters bloom and like essentially have like a character arc, because I feel like a lot of people like are gonna be like, oh, your main character, he blooms, it's about him, but it's like it is important to show the parents and everyone involved in it, because there are so many different mindsets and opinions and point of views, and I feel like you can connect with more people that way too when you cover those. So I think I'm super excited to see the film. When are we gonna be able to see the film? Any idea?
I'm not gonna say, just because I'm just as curious. Yeah. But of course, everyone will be able to see it soon.
Yes. This year. Maybe.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. We'll manifest it.
Yes, 100%. And it's just because I'm a perfectionist. Yes. So like I'm gonna give. Bloom itself, I give everything. Right. Yeah.
There's no reason to rush it now when you've already put so much time and effort. Yeah. No, I totally get it. And are you gonna go to film festivals with it? Amazing. Well, I wish you the best of luck with that. I know it's going to do super well. And also, when it does come out, you better send it to me ASAP. Because I don't know. And if there's any, social media stuff that people can follow you and your project on, let them know.
Of course. So, my Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, _Freddie Lopez, DDIE. Yes. Bloom will be available. I guess I'll announce it.
Guess you have to follow him to find out.
I have a YouTube channel, Freddie Lopez.
Yes.
I'm going to be uploading soon. And more behind the scenes of Bloom in the making, the editing, all of that stuff.
And I'm sure this won't be your last project. You will be writing and directing. You love it, right? Did you fall in love? I did. Yeah. Because it wasn't something that you had initially
never
thought about pursuing, but now that you've done it, I'm like, has it changed your whole perspective
100%.
on?
Now I watch films, I'm looking at the way I was like, why did he have them do that? Why did she have, or why did he have them do that?
Literally me with every movie. I'm probably the worst person to watch a movie with now. I'm just like, there's a light back there. Why?
Exactly. So, of course, there's always going to be more from me. Yeah. I'm never going to stop. I love creating. I love telling stories, and now I get to tell my own, and
hopefully more stories too, right? Thank you so much for coming on, and it was amazing talking about Bloom and having you here, and I hope to have you back.
Thank you so much.